Let's be real. Getting your kids to drink enough water can feel like a daily battle, right? Well, today, we're going to crack the case. We're uncovering some simple, game-changing secrets to keep your kids hydrated, happy, and healthy. So let me ask you this. What if the key to boosting your child's brain power, their mood, isn't some fancy new supplement, but something way, way simpler? Today, we're going to put on our detective hats and investigate the pretty surprising link between that water bottle and how well they do in school.
And here's the thing, and this is absolutely crucial. We're not just talking about being thirsty. Even being just a little bit dehydrated can totally throw a wrench in the works. It affects everything from how well they can focus on a math problem to, how they get along with friends at recess. The stakes are actually a lot higher than you might think.
Just look at this number for a second. One study found that students who drank some water before a test scored up to 34% higher on memory and visual attention tasks. 34%. That is a massive improvement, and it really shows just how powerful proper hydration is for a learning brain.
And get this, it doesn't take much at all to see a negative effect, being just 2% dehydrated, which, by the way, is often before a child even feels thirsty, is enough to impair their cognitive performance. It's such a tiny number, but it has a huge impact on their ability to learn and just be at their best.
All right, so every good detective needs to know what they're looking for, right? So our first step in this investigation is to figure out the target. Just how much water does your child actually need? Let's take a look at the evidence.
Okay, this chart right here gives us our first major clue. So for kids age, say, 4 to 8, we're aiming for about 5 cups a day. For the older kids, it's getting closer to 7 or 8 cups. Now, you got to remember, this is for total fluids. So that includes things like milk. And of course, if they're being super active or it's a hot day, those numbers are definitely going to need to go up.
So we have our target amounts. Next up in our detective kit is learning how to spot the clues. A child often won't tell you they're thirsty until they're already a bit dehydrated, so we need to be really observant and know what those subtle signs are.
And as you can see, the clues are different depending on their age. For babies, you're looking for things like fewer wet diapers, or maybe no tears when they cry. But for the older kids, the signs might be more about their mood, like being unusually cranky, or physical things like dry lips and dark-colored urine.
Okay, detective, we've defined the problem, we know the signs to look for. Now for the fun part, solving the case. Let's get into our secret toolkit and see how we can crack this thing. These are the strategies that are going to turn you into a hydration hero.
The first rule of the playbook is to make it fun. Seriously, let them pick out a cool water bottle with their favorite character on it, get some silly, curly straws. You can even toss in some frozen berries instead of boring old ice cubes. When water feels more like a treat instead of a chore, you've already won half the battle.
Now, to really make this stick, we need to build a habit, and we can use a really simple 3-step loop. So first, there's the cue. You link drinking water to something they already do, like right after they get home from school. Second, the routine. Make it super, super easy for them. Have their special water bottle filled up and ready to go. And third, the reward. A sticker on a chart, a high five, even a silly victory dance can work wonders to lock in that behavior.
And please never forget this. Kids learn by what they see. If they see you carrying a water bottle around and sipping from it all day, they are so much more likely to do the same thing. You are their #1 role model. So lead the way. Make hydration a family thing.
Here are a few more quick hacks for your toolkit. Try packing snacks that have a lot of water in them, like watermelon or cucumbers. Start every single day with a glass of water to rehydrate after sleeping. Oh, and for a great self-monitoring tool, you can even teach them to check their pee. Light yellow means they're good to go.
So we've talked a lot about water, but what about everything else? Parents always ask what other drinks are okay and, more importantly, which ones are on the no-fly list. So let's clear that up right now.
The answer, according to basically all major health organizations, is refreshingly simple. For kids, the 2 best choices are plain old water and plain milk. That's it. These 2 give them the hydration and the nutrients they need without any of the other stuff they don't.
On the flip side, here's what we really want to limit or just plain avoid. We're talking about those sugar-sweetened drinks like sodas and sports drinks, flavored milks, and anything with caffeine. These can be loaded with sugar and empty calories, and they basically work against all our hydration goals.
And here's a really concrete reason why this matters. Just swapping one 20-ounce soda for water can save your child around 240 calories. Think about that. Making that one simple choice, day after day, can have a huge positive impact on their health over time.
Okay, we've gathered the clues, we've looked at all the evidence, and we've built our playbook. The case of the dehydrated kid is officially cracked. Now, let's do a quick summary of the key findings from our investigation.
So, to recap our mission here, first, remember that hydration directly fuels their brain. It's not optional. Second, know the daily targets for their age and become a detective for the signs of dehydration. Third, your secret weapons are making it fun, building good habits, and leading by example. And finally, always prioritize water and milk over those sugary drinks.
So, the case might be closed, but your real mission, it starts now. Looking at all these different strategies, what's the one simple habit you can start today to help your family thrive? Just pick one. Start there and build on that success. You've totally got this.